Okay, I'm ready to paint my other background. This time I'm going to make a nighttime sky. And I'm going to start with a darker blue, which is not a dark blue. Let's see what happens when I add some black to it. That's a little better, so I might want to start with black and then add blue. So let's start with black, which is going to look gray unless I add more paint to it. Mine is a night dragon. The best kind of watercolors are the ones that come in tubes. Those are really nice too. But they're expensive for art class at school. But maybe you have them at home. With those, you squeeze a little paint out and just use a tiny bit of them. You can even see if you can get some movement in your night sky from the flurry of the dragon wings. My dragon's going to be warm colors, like reds and oranges. I want him to be emphasized. I don't want him to be the same color as the background. That's a strong blue. I think there is a purplish blue. Maybe I'll try that one too. And I think a bigger brush, if you have a bigger space like this, you might want to use a bigger brush so you don't see so many of your paint strokes. So you could try, if you're doing a midnight sky, you could try this darker purplish blue. But I think if I do it now, unless I do it at the bottom, could change it slowly. And you want to go, since my sky, you want your sky to be horizontal when you paint, so paint in the direction of horizontal. Your sky isn't vertical like an apartment building. So when you're painting, try to get the brush strokes going the same direction. Let's see what happens when I add purple down here. purple that's gonna blend with blue by getting it wet, a little bit wet. And maybe blacker. Black, come on, black. If you paint too much over and over the top of it, then you're going to start noticing little specks of paper. So try not to go over the paper over and over the same place, or the paper will start tearing. Maybe I'll add a tiny bit of that blue. Okay, so I want to do the same thing at the bottom here. When he has his mouth open, you can see the sky through his mouth. So I want to get that part in there. But there's his tongue in the bottom of his mouth. Maybe while I'm here, I'll do that. No, wait. I don't know what color I'm going to do the inside of his mouth yet. See, here is where it's better to have the bigger brush, although I'm not collecting very much paint. So get this all wet. But in the small spaces, you may not want to get it wet because it'll spread out into your my claws. Come on, black paint, come out. And I'll get some blue. And blend it. There's sky in between his claws and in between his little fish-like whiskers. Okay, so you get the idea. Blend your colors so it doesn't look like black and then blue, and then you want to keep it slowly blended by adding little bits of water and the same color to it. And finish your background. Oh, I was going to show you another technique. Okay, while the paint's still wet, add a little bit more over here. I can use some plastic wrap. like this. But your paint has to be wet and very colorful. So if it's not wet enough, it won't work. And then squish it up just a tiny bit, not too much. Push down on it until you see this texture, like that. It looks very crinkly, but don't take it off until the next day, because it has to dry like that. And if I put one on the left, then I want to put one on the right too. So I'll turn it off and finish my background, and you can finish your background.